How you guys doing? Hope you all are well. Amazing what breakthrough brings, isn't it? Everything's just 20 times more clear. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this thing called the God Spark. Apparently, that was put deep inside of me, where when heaven aligns with me, it meets the light inside, which eliminates everything. And I have no words. I have no words. Uh, so today, I was celebrating with my partner, and on our way to dinner, I passed a person who's obviously in lack, and that just wasn't okay with me. So I did what I normally do. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not here to talk about good as me or anything. No, that's not what I'm saying. This at dinner, I wanted to take her to a very nice place. You know that we're looking at like $85 to $300 for a bottle of wine. That place, and unfortunately, there were some people there that thought homeless people are disgusting. Couldn't help but hear it. It was quite saddening to me that those people are that out of touch with reality because they have no clue where I'm from. I've been homeless 5 times in my life. Sure, not all in tandem, but yeah. You know the difference between you and a homeless person? You have a home. That's it. Some of those homeless people are way freer than you are. That's facts. Hello. Now, I didn't come on here to harp, and preach, and bitch, and complain. Hello. I came on here to bring a few things into focus for the collective. And if you are used to opening your heart to God, so to speak, yes, when you feel that warm feeling inside, for me, I already have it. Is he put something called the God spark in me before I even was born. We all have a spark of creation. Don't get me wrong. We all have that. When you can open your heart and mirror heaven's light and it comes in, it's a holy shit moment. Holy fuck balls on wagon wheels. You are not gonna believe this shit. You see, it's just so clear. And I really have no words. There's things like soul sight, where you can actually look at someone and you can see right into their soul. That's one thing. Then there is soul stories, where every soul carries with it the reincarnation from its past. And that is a whole other thing entirely. We see all the different soul stories that coincide with yours. And every life path begins to create a community in itself of worship and goodness. This is one of the heaviest things that hit me so hard. That interconnectedness that God wants us to have is amazing. Okay. All right. So, when you have an interconnected consciousness, okay, that is where Native Americans basically had it closest to that state of being that I can come to, where you can be connected to your neighbor so intimately that you can feel what they're going through and actually give a fuck about whether or not they are. Sorry, I gotta get rid of this idiot. Goodbye. So anyway, this was a thing where the Native Americans actually cared about each other. If their neighbor was not doing okay, they would ask them, and they genuinely cared, and they would work on the problem with the person. Now, when our interconnected consciousness is an evolution of that we're bringing in as a collective, to where, say, you and your next door neighbor don't like each other, right? Okay. Well, this is the opportunity to where y'all get to see each other through each other's eyes. How crazy would that be? I think it'd be eye-opening. See, it's not about ego. It's not about wrong and right. It's not about, oh, they did this to me and they did that to me. We have nothing to do with that. It's not for us to judge. Our only function is to mirror God's will and show each other unconditional love. That is the only. And for those that have trouble or they're hurting or they're having problems, this is something I urge you to grasp. We never, ever are allowed to say, well, I was told by someone, or, oh, that person told me to do this. This will not suffice in the end. That is not enough for God. Every person is in charge of their own soul and their soul journey, their soul life, their soul story. We must embrace and embody a higher road, a higher state of being, if we are to evolve. And this is not a scolding session. This is me getting on, and yes, I have had 2 glasses of wine. Woo-hoo! But this is more of a open discussion for people who are having problems and are hurting. If there's something I can help you with, I would love to. There's never, ever been someone who can't be saved. There's never been a person that is beyond redemption. The only person that is that who does not want to be. And that is the only thing that will ever not be able to help. And I actually have faith that God will be able to turn that heart to. And as far as that goes, when I opened my heart today and the light hit the light that was inside, it was like seeing sunshine through stained glass for the first time. It was amazing. There's you feel spots inside your memory and inside your core of your being that you didn't even know existed. The only thing that has semi gotten close to that soul site. But soul stories have been pretty interesting because they are the accumulation of reincarnation. So when I say things like, how clean is your soul? How clean does your soul feel? I have to answer, it used to be my soul did not feel clean at all. Not at all. Because of God, I was granted the ability to have my soul clean. Truly clean. Not forgiven. Clean. But it doesn't mean I can't help others. I've been placed here to be a guidepost, a signpost, if you will, an anchor. That's what I aim to do. I aim to do his will for what he seeks me out to do. And I will not rest if there is someone who is in distress. So, with that being said, it's not always thank you. And it's dark, huh? No, I'm more like the guy that used to play death metal and all sorts of things. I'm luthier, but yeah, I know. And I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. No, I'm just a guitar smith that found out he was anointed and got sat down by God one day and started doing the work. Man, has it paid off. There's these things called lost points of reference that it's like in every person's life, they can mini time travel in their own life, but not like you would expect. Explain this concept for you. Think of, have you ever lost time where you say, we're taking something from one room and you forgot why the fuck you went into the other room? You don't even remember going into the other room. You just remember being there and holding something. Like, well, that's not the fridge, or that's not the counter. That's what I call this thing called lost point of reference. And lost point of reference, it's a whole new smorgasbord of things where life, I believe, throughout our lives, we are able to, like a game system, we save throughout it. And if you understand about linear timelines, every timeline is linear. Okay? So therefore, every existence can be as well. Now, if your other self is aligned and attuned, as well as you are, one of you can take over for a few seconds. And this is where I say there's a lost point of reference. And I've proved this theory a few times where I meditated and I was back in my 10-year-old body in my Aunt Cece's house holding a gallon of milk. It was crazy. But you only last for like 5 seconds. Yeah. But you're not there to really change anything. You're there to re-see something or make an observation. Now, not necessarily things that you block out, but you're there to revisit something that was not attuned to your awareness at being 10 years old. But at 43, I can. And that was quite eye-opening. I don't know if any of you are struggling with something, please email me. I have no problem helping you. I'm very excited to be receiving my abundance that God has sent towards me, and I plan to steward it correctly. I'm not just talking correctly like handing out here and there. No, I'm talking like paying off entire floors of hospitals' bills. Type stupid. We're talking about people who can't pay their medical bills and me just paying an entire hospital floor bills off. That's what I am. I am to erect situations where people develop a society that they only want for their neighbor, just to help their neighbor. There is no what do I get out of it. That's where we need to go. And we only get there through an interconnected state of consciousness and love. There's, I don't know how many chakras they have now, they've discovered now. I know that there's at least 15 chakras. And we only have 8 in the human body, and then they go higher. But according to your frequency, due to my spiritual discernment that I've been gifted, that I can see 4 different dimensions bilinear, which is kind of a pain in the ass because at first your depth perception gets a little weird because you see 4 little copies, past, present, future, all rolling at the same time. So it's kind of weird. But luckily, fainter heads prevail, and God help me out with that. But soul sight is something I'm trying to develop to where everyone can see that, to where everybody can see everybody else's souls. Because once you see that, oh man, you don't even see how the outward appearance of people anymore. It's like, I don't know, it's like seeing a Monet for the first time. Every soul is wow. But it's great because you can see people's intentions. You can see what they're about. Good, bad person, trustworthy or not. It's quite helpful. But it's something I'm trying to develop for everyone to be able to come up with. So if you have any suggestions, please roll them on in the comments. I'm more than welcome to welcome them to that. But as far as I mean, so far we're working out a fashion of mirrors, where you have a projection on top of a refraction, but that in itself is only a partial glimpse. It's not even a full glimpse of the soul. And I'm supposed to be meeting up with a lot of people that are supposed to be like-minded and helping me. So this is me putting it out. Yeah, AI is very helpful. It is. I'm talking about actual, like, with your own eyes. Like I was able to help my partner see a fraction of what soul sight looks like. And I don't know, you have any comments on that?
It's like almost like seeing a totally, completely different type of aura. It's hard to explain.
It's something in itself. It's like seeing a picture of a stained glass window with sunlight through it for the first time, but you see everything. It'll blow you away. But
you
again,
see the energy on the vehicle, you see the energy on the tree, everything.
Yeah. Now, for those who are having health problems, getting breakthroughs, one way that you may align with yourself is a method of scrying, which is where you will sit underneath a tree, focus on a leaf or a branch, just that one leaf or branch, and eventually you will see divine geometric shapes. And when that happens, pay attention to that. And that is your brain reprogramming itself to your higher self. That is something very helpful.
It's almost like starting on reset of building your own diagram in virtual reality.
But not using a computer screen.
Yeah.
This right here, this is the interface. Your eyeballs are the interface. There's messages in light that's also helpful with prisms and meditation. That's a huge one. Usually I gotta smoke a ton of weed though before I do that. When you learn to open your fourth eye, your entire world will change. Because if you know about the third eye, yes. Well, the fourth eye, that is where you blend, where you open your heart and you see with your heart. Then you merge the two and you evolve. There you go. And that's a whole another smorgasbord that I'm not even going to get into.
All your emotions all at once.
Yeah, it's all your emotions, every human emotion you can ever possibly think of, and processing them correctly with divine intuition and discernment that we all have. So, my friends, I wanted to get on here and I wanted to let every single one of you, don't think for a second that you are behind. Do not think you are beneath someone. You know, every single one of you are priceless. And every single one of you are beautiful. I don't care if you're gay, asexual, transsexual, atheist, whatever, purple. I don't care. The only thing I care about is what's right here. Are you honest? Do you have good intentions for the betterment of mankind? That's what I care. So anyway, I've rambled on here for quite enough, I think, for tonight. But I wanted to leave you with a positive note and let you know. Exactly. Thank you, Soul Clan. Chosen one out.